Hey, it's Fade. This is a game that I played yesterday, and this is something I might be willing to do for people, honestly, unless I get like a ton of requests, then I'll have to like pick and choose, but it's basically just a demo review of like an MM game. I'm gonna do, I just picked a random person. It's the person who did best on their team, I guess, so not random. But I'm not gonna do me because all I did this entire game was basically abuse the other team for being low rank. Like, I don't play this game very often, and usually when I do, um, it's just messing around. But this game I actually tried to, play with some fundamentals and shit. So, um, yeah, like you would see me dumpster a bunch of people, but it's not really fun for me to play that way. It's basically just smurfing, and even though I don't have another account to use at high rank right now, um, that I don't enjoy it, right? So I'm not going to show myself like just show off and be like, ah, look at these guys I shit on. Instead, I'm going to show this person who obviously made a lot of mistakes, and explain what they're doing wrong so that there's something more to learn there. So when I put myself in a situation, a lot of times I have multiple options that are viable, so it's difficult to talk about it. But when you're watching a player of a lower rank, they're going to put themselves in bad situations that have like only one option to continue their play, right? Like there's like a linear progression, like do this, do this, do this, because that first thing they did was so bad that it didn't leave them with a lot of other options. So yeah. So first things first, actually, turn off your voice chat. Nobody is gonna have anything important to say in voice chat in this game. You need to pay attention to minimap, basically. This is all fine. He should have been out tunnels a lot faster, though. Like, he should have been running and shooting. That's okay. He got some info. They were mid. This is pretty choppy. That was just really not a good peek on his part. You need to peek that, like, crouching or wide peek it, like, something that isn't going to get you destroyed right away, okay? And I'm sorry if this is choppy. This is like a, what, 16, 32 tick rate, something like that. So it's going to get a little shitty sometimes. This right here is horrible. I don't know where his crosshair is, but also he's against pistols and he didn't take his free map control, so he's close up now. Meaning someone can do that. Yeah. The closer you are to a pistol player, the more likely they are to one-shot you. That's pretty much it. You want to take your map control. You get into tunnels and make them push you, right? Sorry about my dog. But you want them to be pushing into you, and you don't want to be, like, giving up all that shit for free, like he did. Because then you're going to be in this kind of situation where you've got a Glock on third round after winning pistol, or a Deagle or whatever. So this is okay to smoke that, but since they're on really shit buys, and there was a guy door, it would have actually been, it would have been okay for them to not smoke that and kill the guy close door before they threw the smoke, right? Because that way, pistols are, like I said, they're good close range. Even the Deagle is still a close range weapon. And this guy's wasting all his bullets right now. And, yeah. He shouldn't have been trying to spam through that wall. I don't know what's happening now, but the round's over anyway. Like, he was in a fine spot, but if you're in that spot, you have to pop off, and he didn't. So, yeah. I mean, spamming that doorway was just wasting his accuracy. He does get kills later, I promise. It's nothing crazy, but he ends up like 15 and 20. Oh yeah, okay, 32-bit demo. So again, he's got a deagle. Don't buy a deagle if you don't know how to aim. He should have cleared that corner a lot cleaner. Like, his crosshair placement's questionable, but so is his decision making. He got way too close with the deagle right there. Like, you should be trying to take peeks with a deagle when you're gonna use a weapon. It's all about what that weapon's supposed to be used for. So a deagle is like a scout, right? You peek corners and you try to take the one taps. This guy just walked through a short angle without any information. He could have tried to wallbang that. That would have been a decent option, actually. But pushing it without info is really bad. Yeah, okay, so he pulls his gun out. He doesn't even clear the corner to his right, which is okay because he had a teammate watching mid. And then he's dead. So you always need to look in that spot. It's really a common thing for people to do. And he didn't. And he made so much noise going up Xbox. The guy peeked him. And that was it. He was done. Like, if he had done any of these, like, super simple things, he wouldn't have had all these deaths right now, right? Like, he would have killed the person that rushed in tunnels, which was actually me, in the second round. He would have lived on the pistol round because he didn't peek window like an idiot, right? He would have lived the last 2 rounds because he would have been quiet, and then he wouldn't have tried to peek someone close up with that deagle, which is okay, but not if you don't have information. So this is an okay attempt. Like, he's got the right idea, he just doesn't know how to peek properly. He's just really slow. Like, he knows this is an opper, so he should not be like being super slow right now. He needs to quick peek. Like, he shoulder peeked to draw out the shot, but it wasn't even a shoulder peek. It was just that guy missing him. So, because he doesn't know how to shoulder peek, you want to do it a lot faster. You want to like show just your shoulder, not even your head, so you can't even see them when you're doing it right. And then this angle is just retarded because if that guy was, let's say, if that guy was going to come out from his right, like, for one, his crosshair's not even any more important, right? Like, what's he even looking at? But for two, that little green door in front of him, if the guy was standing just outside of his vision, that guy could actually see him right now. Like, he would see Lannister's shoulder and kill him for free because Lannister is way too close to this corner. The closer you are to a corner, the sooner an enemy sees you before you see them. Okay, so that guy could be standing anywhere on the other side of this and just crouch peeking slowly into him, which I'm not saying is an intelligent play. It's the epitome of like mouth breathing stupidity, all right, to be doing that, but that isn't to say people don't do it. So this dude would be dead. Something people do is hold that off angle, right, without the crouch peek, and he's going into them slowly. So basically he's just getting himself killed here if there is a person close to him against that wall. So at this point, he needs to be peeking. That's fine. He shouldn't have even peeked Car because I'm assuming he can watch a minimap and he knows there's someone's sight. He gets a kill here, but he, again, should have known there was a guy's sight. When you're long and you have a lot of teammates cat, you basically have to make this decision of when do I peek? Because when I peek, I'm going to have either a line of fire on all of them, or I'm going to force all of them to hide from me and peek my teammates on catwalk. That's how A works. If you're hiding from long, you're peeking cat. Okay? So yeah, he just had to decide when he was going to do that. Here, again, really horrible decision. He just peeked into an op with an AK. There's no excuse for that. If you're confident and you're good at taking the fight, that's fine. But if you're not, then all you have to do is shoulder peek and bait the shot out. And I don't care if he knew that there was an op there or not. You have to treat every angle you're about to peek like there's an op there, okay? Like, that's just a fact. If you don't know where their opper is and you don't know how many ops they have, assume that their opper is waiting for you. So I like this a lot more. He's got a CZ. He's close range. His team didn't watch mid, though, so he should have looked to his right there, because there could have been a guy lower. Sorry about my puppy. She's probably telling the mailman to screw off. This is fine, but he just heard a guy to his left, so he should be looking there, and now he's done, because he doesn't clear his angles, okay? It's really easy to clear that angle without clearing the right angle first and making yourself open to it. So you peek this corner, right where the opper usually is, you know, the B ramp corner. Then you look closer to the left where he died from. Then you come out and you look more to your right, like towards CT. Then you look close right door. He's just not clearing his angles. It's super obvious that he doesn't quite know what he's doing. That's fine, but you shouldn't have to jump to throw that flash. That's like a little nitpick, honestly. So here, this is okay. He's shoulder peeking with the deagle. Now what are you doing, dude? No. Okay, so he got lucky there. He wide peeked that. His team shouldn't have been doing that either. Like you shoulder. Oh my god, you shoulder peek that, and if there's an opper there, you bait them. And if there's not an opper there, then you kill them, you know? And then proceed to get sprayed down by somebody who has no idea how to control their spray and gets really lucky. So notice this guy has been so poor every round that he hasn't been able to buy a rifle, like, except maybe once, okay? He's literally had like an AK, an MP5, and then a bunch of deagles and CZs. So now he's like not even trying to shoulder peek it. He should have died for this. There was just no long control. So their teammate just died top mid. The bomb was down mid. Like, they should be readjusting for map control here. But they're not. Because right now, all that this guy knows is that his... Good God, his teammate just died. Before anyone says this guy's smurfing, there's no way he's smurfing. He's actually just hot trash, and he got really lucky. That nade is garbage. You should never throw that. First of all, it tells them where you are. Also, this guy's making a ton of noise. He got lucky that somebody was playing a really stupid spot right there. And then I memed on him. So, right there, my teammate should have been playing lower because of where the bomb is. And watching, like, tunnels. Okay? And I could have just been T-spawn watching the bomb. That way my teammate doesn't get flanked. This guy's unlikely to check T-spawn, and that's that right there, okay? But my teammate just decided to play aggressively for some reason and got punished, but I was baiting him the entire time, so it's okay. This right here, they just got the B pick. He clears the right stuff, but his crosshair placement is, like, really awful. That spray that he seems to love doing through that door, it's not what you should be doing right here. You should be getting post plant, because if for some reason one of the people on the other team is a complete mong, they're gonna run through after you spray that and you're done. Nice. He spray controlled an AK. And then he didn't have any bullets left. And now he's peeking with a Glock and running out with a knife. So, you know, questionable, right? They had the round one, so it didn't get punished, but like, you should be trying to kill people in as few bullets as possible, so that if there's another person, you can kill them too. This guy is just like not even, he misses his bullets, pulls out his Glock like it's what he's supposed to do. No, dude, you shouldn't miss your bullets like that. Like, Your bullets are precious. Because if you have to reload, someone's going to push you and kill you. And the fact that it doesn't happen to him there doesn't mean it's not going to happen otherwise. So right here needs to look lower. He doesn't. He's lucky there's nobody there. I was really upset at my teammate right here because he was being an idiot. I was trying to bait him, and he like literally just hid right in front of me instead. Which is my fault for expecting, you know, like expecting my team to do something at this rank, like, and understand what I was trying to do also. Like, obviously I'm not saying I'm not gonna shit talk my team, but like they aren't to the point in the game yet where they can understand how to play that situation. And because he had a pistol, right? So what he wants to do is he needs to be close to enemies, so he needs to peek close tunnels from their right or his left, and I'm hiding car or big box so that when he gets shot at or killed, I can then be car and they won't expect me car because they just killed somebody towards there, or I can be big box and peek out when he's shooting, and we can clean that up. But instead my teammate literally sat in front of me and I couldn't shoot past him as well. So it's just like, what am I supposed to do, right? And it was too late to move because they were coming already. And any other angle I took, I would be fighting them first, and my teammate had a pistol, which was not ideal. So here again, that flash is way early. He should have thrown it when the guy got to the gap in the doors. You always want to wait a little bit before you go out like that, in case they're peeking late. Here, he fucked this up really bad. If he had just started tapping to begin with, or waited to shoot until he was on target, he would have gotten that kill. He would have gotten that kill a lot sooner. He's crossing, doesn't check car. I would have checked car in this situation, but I can't blame someone for not doing it, because that would have been, I mean, that was 2 picks on A, and a lot of people don't expect there to be 3 people there, you know? So, not acceptable necessarily, but understandable. The one thing that wasn't acceptable is that he had to cross long right there, and he was about to do it without any nades or anything, which, you know, you shouldn't do. You don't want to get opt. So I'm 9 and 5 right now. I think I died 2 more times this entire game. And this guy starts, he gets like another 7 kills, I think. He goes like, not quite 1 for 1. So yeah, he ran out like a complete mong. He had no idea what was going on. Didn't even look anywhere, just got blown up right away. You always want to clear your angles and watch your crosshair placement. Like, I'm going to be harping on that, I swear to God, but seriously, do it, right? Honestly, after this game, I might show my perspective, just the highlights or something. Because, I mean, yeah, I do a lot of things wrong in this game, but at the same time, this guy's doing so many things wrong that showing what I do wrong is like a drop in the ocean for that. But at least if I do highlights, I'll be able to say, like, okay, I might not have the best crosshair placement in the fucking world, but, like, this is what crosshair placement looks like, okay? So here, this is fine. He's getting information. He's saying there's a guy with an AK on B, which is me, and I'm spraying that, and I threw that nade because I had a feeling he was there. And the reason I smoked this is because nobody was watching mid for them, so I felt like they were going to rush B or stack B at least, or go long. So at that point, honestly, this guy should have just, like, once he got naded, he should have known that, like, they were outed, okay? So he should have pretty much been lower tunnels right now watching upper, or he can stay here. But so in this situation, I'm going to actually explain this like thoroughly. His team's moving towards A. A teammate of his just died on catwalk. So he's got 3 guys outside long. He's alone on B. This whole area, or the whole, I can't even show my mouse right now. So the whole area from like lower tunnels to catwalk is CT controlled right now. And this guy needs to rectify that. Like, before they can get out mid, he needs to be there. Okay? Because if his team pushes out long and he still tunnels, like, what the fuck is he doing? Okay? And I don't know what he does here. I have no idea. All right? I'm just saying he needs to not be here anymore. Once it looks like his team's going A, he needs to be lurking mid. Okay? And especially since they lost their cat presence, he needs to be reestablishing that so that when his team gets long control, if they do, then he can push up cat and get the crossfire. So that's what needs to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. In all likelihood, he's just going to chill here and probably kill me because I'm going to push through tunnels, being like only a retard would be sitting in tunnels right now. Okay, so his team decides not to go long, which is perfectly fine. And he has all this information, by the way. Like, he knows this. So now he's okay again. This is okay. His team didn't go long. He might have made a call. All right, well, there's one guy B with an AK. That was just... Yeah, I remember this round now. Yeah. There wasn't much. That was just getting out-aimed, honestly. Like, that was just super unfortunate for him. That was just really bad luck. I mean, I was playing a certain... It's like a... There's different ways of peeking in this game, okay? So, if you're going to hold... Ironically enough, I actually learned this when I was a complete noob from one of Fodder's videos. And Fodder's like an infamous hacker that always claimed to be like better than all the pro players and shit. And never admitted that he was actually cheating, even though he was fucking blatant. But yeah, I was watching one of his videos before I knew like the entire story, and as I was like researching the Fodder story, right, just to see what it was all about, I found this video about like the different kinds of like holding angles and peaks in CS:GO, like defensive peeking, and it was actually super informative, which is kind of depressing to admit considering the dude's history, but basically you either just chill behind something and hold an angle, you hide behind big box and look into tunnels, right? That's one way. Another way would be like just hiding and never peeking, and then waiting for sound cues or visual cues. Like, so you hide behind big box and wait till you hear them coming out and then you peek them. Or another way is like peeking every couple seconds and just like kind of going for info. So right there, I was doing the third option, and the reason I was peeked out so wide wasn't that I was like trying to take an aggressive angle. It was that I actually didn't think anybody was tunnels. I was getting ready to go A because I had thrown a smoke grenade at the beginning of the round and a frag nade because I thought they might be B, and then after that amount of time had passed, I thought, okay, they must have just decided to not even bother with B because I smoked that out. That's like a pretty common thing in low elo. Even in high elo games, like, you're generally going to run into people that are just really impatient, and so if you smoke something, unless they run through, they're probably just not going to be there anymore. And if they are, they're going to be holding it like how I said that guy should have been from like lower tunnels, so it's okay to peek that deep. I was actually not expecting a person to be there. But so that peek that I did, where I was looking out every couple seconds, that caught him off guard because he had never even looked in yet. So he had no information. He didn't know how I was holding that. And the fact that I was standing out in the open like a complete mongoloid, to him looked like I was being a retard. But in reality, I was just trying to clear tunnels so I could go help my team out. If they did come long, I would know that there wasn't a guy just waiting tunnels for me to rotate, right? I wasn't going to go into tunnels, but I did want to know, like, okay, there's not an opper just sitting there, you know? And that's why he died. So... And, you know, that's also why the other people on his team died. Because they just didn't win gunfights. Yeah, no comment. This is just a big don't do. Like, always be out of spawn immediately. I don't know what he's doing right here. I think he's, like... What a meme. That shouldn't have worked. That was like a free kill for them. But, yeah. Feels bad, man. I think he just tried to run out mid and got domed. He wasn't even looking at where I was. So there's like no way for me to say even like... I mean, I remember the kill. Like, he just tried to run out mid and, like I said, got domed. But he wasn't even looking in the right direction. So, Like, what is he going to expect to happen, right? Like, I guarantee you my aim is not good enough right now to consistently beat these people, right? Like, the reason I'm getting all these kills at the moment is just because they're making a lot of mistakes. So if he had been looking at me when he ran out mid, he had an okay chance of a fight, okay? But because he didn't even know what direction to look in, again, crosshair placement. You know, that got him killed. So that was like a teammate's nade, which is just absolutely garbage. This is an okay play on his part. To some extent, he got a lot of information. They know it's going to be A. Right here, his teammate should have gotten that kill for free because they knew that guy was coming already, and that guy should have been worried about his back because he had just gotten shot at. That was a terrible flashbang, and this guy actually turned it, which got him blinded. Oh, Lord. There you go. He gets a kill there. He played that decently, you know, as well as he could after that flash. This, he shouldn't really be peeking this like so aggressively. Yeah, that's that. If you have a gun that isn't great at taking those fights, yeah, you have to close the distance, but you also have to like peek without getting yourself just destroyed. And so what he could have done there was like jump CT once he saw there was nobody peeking, and tried to get closer that way to get a more like fair fight, or at least a fight that he might have had a chance of winning. But you have an MP5 at that distance, you're not going to do jack shit with it. Like, I'm sorry, unless they're horrible or you're really lucky, it's not going to happen. So this smoke was bad. If he looked, they were watching mid cross, and they saw 2 or 3 people cross, so it's very unlikely that they're going to rush B, which means that that smoke basically did nothing. The smoke is put there if you don't want them to come B. In this case, them going B would have been totally fine. Alright. That flash was whatever. I don't even know who threw it. I hope it wasn't me, because it was not that impressive. Also, I just dropped a spring on the floor, and I hope my puppy doesn't find it. I'm going to have to grab that in a minute. Yeah, it wasn't me that threw it, thankfully. And this guy just died holding, like, an off angle, like a one-and-done spot, so to speak. But it wasn't a one-and-done spot. It was just a he's-done spot. So, you know, he doesn't know how to hold it because, again, crosshair placement. So, unfortunate for him. Buys a deagle. If you're gonna buy a deagle CT side, then you really have to know how to use this gun. It's like the deagle is a supremely T-sided weapon. Okay, like I would argue that the op is CT sided, but the deagle and the scout are T-sided weapons because you have to get headshots with them, and it's easier to headshot people that are holding angles. All right, than just like running out like complete mongs, which is what T's do. So if your opponent is running around or moving at all, it's a really hard shot. And this guy's in. If I had to guess, he's not going to hit anything. Yeah, he doesn't hit anything. So he actually had a good chance at that kill, by the way. He just never left clicked. But that's why when I see like a player in low rank buy a deagle on pistol round, I'm like, please don't do this. Or a deagle on an eco round, I should say. Like, please don't do this. Don't do it. Because I'm not trying to shit talk like you're garbage. I'm trying to say it's not just aim that goes into this weapon. Like the deagle, you have to set yourself up for kills. You can't just peek someone that's running around and expect to kill them every time. Okay, so this guy right here, he should have been holding that angle a lot better instead of just running across long, because it opened him up to a trade frag. So he should have either played corner, killed the first dude, and then backed up, or he should have crossed to pit as he like fought the guy and immediately gone pit. But because of what like how he did this, he basically just got trade fragged immediately, and that's all he could do. So buys it from Moss, God bless. I saw a nutty guy with the FAMAS one point. It was like, he was named Mythic in ESEA. He got like a 4K with it. defending B on Cobble. I was like, dude, what the fuck? He was on burst mode too. It was fucking priceless. And he wasn't memeing either. He was just straight up like, that's what he was trying to do. I'll let my puppy in. So this is all okay. Gets up catwalk. Flanks. Nice play. Come on. So, right here, we can even go back, and I'll talk about, I was a bit distracted by my puppy, but we'll talk about why he did that. Like, getting there is really nice, like that positioning was good, but I didn't actually see if he was being a retard or if he was just like making a good play. So okay, he's being a retard. Yeah, this is stupid. This is pure stupidity. He should have been dead right now. The only time this is a good play is if your teammates have info and they're like, there's literally all 5 mid, then you run up long, okay? Yeah. There's no reason for him to be doing what he was doing there. It paid off, right? But there's a difference between making a stupid play that pays off and making a stupid play that doesn't pay off, obviously, and then making an intelligent play that pays off and an intelligent play that doesn't pay off. When you make a stupid play that pays off, you're more likely to repeat that play in the future and get punished. When you make an intelligent play that doesn't pay off and you know it's an intelligent play anyway and you keep repeating it in the future, you're going to get more reward for that, right? Yeah. And I was pretty triggered in that round too, like some complete idiot on their team bought a mag 7 and ran out mid with it. It's just one of those things you just never expect. So this guy's wasting all his nades. He just smoked his own Molotov and then threw a flashbang through it, which is an extremely questionable decision. He's probably going to die here, hopefully. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you. We'll just watch the end of this from my perspective, I guess. I'm pretty sure we win this round. So notice my, like, I'm checking everything, okay? So that guy's dead. He could have killed me there, he just didn't. So I don't know which part of the boxes this guy's on, so now I know he's dead. I picked up the op so I can watch the, oh, I remember, this is going to be really cringy. So I didn't care. I was just like, I'm going to take this fight every single time until it works. And it worked. It shouldn't have, like, I should have died after the first time. But, I didn't care. And I think they win this round, never mind, because I did die. Yeah, I died for free to this dude. I was trying to B-hop down and kill him. And then I think my teammate here, our bomb is down. My teammate doesn't give a shit. If he picks up an op, I'm gonna cry. Okay, good. So he might get the kill. I think, you know, he does. Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's that. Like I said, this guy did top frag. And my account got promoted to MGE. Yay! Maybe if I play enough of these games, then I'll end up not being in low rank anymore, so I won't feel like an asshole for actually playing. But I guess that's that. If anybody wants me to review a demo for some reason, it's pretty easy to do. You just go into your matches and you choose to download one. Okay, so these were all me memeing, by the way. Like every single one of these matches was just me like running around as a complete retard, trying to get a ton of kills and do it in ways that would just look hilarious. So yeah, you just go to your matches, downloads, and then downloaded, and then copy match sharing code, and then you just control paste it, or copy paste, whatever. So instead of showing any of my perspective in that game, I'm just going to go to a practice with bots deathmatch, and I'm going to show, like, I'm literally going to clear everything from T-spawn to every point of, like, contention that you're going to have, right? Okay, so let's say you're gonna go B. If you are against pistols, you have two options. You can either play really far back like this and watch this little edge here. This way they have to push into you from a distance. What that guy did was play here and then push in like this way later, which meant there could have been a guy holding this, and there was a guy pushing it, and he got one shot. So you don't want to be within one shot range. You want to stay further back if you're against pistols. You can hold this to know if they rotated through upper or not. The other thing you can do is just chill here. And again, you have distance on them. They're going to be closer to this corner than you are. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so let's say a dude's here, okay? And you're holding this. You can see his gun right now. Now you can see his hand. He can't see me yet, okay? So he still can't see me. And he's dead, all right? It's a little different, but if somebody clears up this close to the corner, you're going to be like, somebody could see my whole half of my body right now, right? If they were like right there, they could see half my body and I can't see them. That's why when you're pushing tunnels, you want to go whoop, like that, okay? So you hug it at the beginning, and you're worrying about this side, and then you go whoop, okay? Now, like I said, you can hold here, that's okay. Another thing that you can do is go down here. Hopefully your team's watching mid. If your team's not watching mid for you, you actually have to have your gun out way earlier and be worried about a push, right? So then you can play this stuff. This is usually a good thing to do because you can use this little crack here to see if they're there or not. And once they start pushing, you actually just walk hide it because they might not have seen you through the crack. And then you wait a few seconds and you'll hear them coming, and you peek up and kill them. The other thing you can do is use that same crack and just kill them when they come out. But they have a fallback at that point. If you wait until you hear them coming and then spray them down, then there's nowhere for them to run. They're going to die unless they kill you. So again, against pistols, you don't want to be playing like right here, okay? Because the dude could just run out and dome you. You're dead. So you could instead just play here. He has to run out and actually hit you like 2-3 times to kill you, right? So crosshair placement wise, it's just basically this. Right? You want to clear all your angles, make sure there's nobody Xbox. Okay, that's like lower to catwalk. That's one of my most used things. And like I said, my crosshair placement's not impeccable right now. It's actually pretty garbage, but you get the idea. Your crosshair goes where the enemy can be. So if you're going to go out long, it's actually really simple. Right, like, and this stuff right here, if you do it properly, you can kind of like edge a little bit over to car, back up, peek a little bit over here, right? Back to car, okay? And then this is where you stop, okay? You don't do more. You wait for your team to get cat control. Doing more gets you killed. Usually you don't even want to peek car. You just want to know there's nobody there, there's nobody there. This, don't peek. If you're out fast enough, there's nobody here, okay? There's nobody pit. Like, that's all you need to know. You clear up to this point. If you're safe standing here, that's all you need to know. You don't need to stand here either. This is garbage. This is where that one guy was standing and got destroyed, right? This is the same situation as that tunnels thing where, like, if you were, like, inside the tunnels and he was waiting for you, he would see you first. In this case, if you're waiting and somebody slow peeks, you'll see them first, or they'll see you first. So, like, let's say Bot Marvin's chilling here. Look at this. No idea I'm here, even if he's facing the other way. Bot Marvin has no clue that I'm here. Okay? So, important. And let's say you're going to clear B site, right? You know, like you can chill up here for a second, try to peek this stuff, right? That's kind of risky though. Another way you can do it is just, right, come out like I did earlier, right? Is there anyone there? No. Is there anyone there? No. Try to figure out if the dude's in this corner. Don't shoot it, but just be aware of it. And then, like, quick peek that a little bit. You need to be worried though, because there could be like a dude cheesing you back there. But you always want to clear this first. Then you want to get in here. And this is B control. You are in just as good a position as somebody on B side at this point, if they're still alive. So if they peek into you and or whatever, you have a good chance of winning this fight, right? Like if you can get here. But you need to clear this angle, and then you can like just watch the rest of it. There's a good chance somebody's just chilling. But like that's really it. It's just you always keep your crosshair where enemies could be. Right? And like I said, my crosshair placement's not perfect, but at least it's, you know, like if there's a person there, my crosshair will be on them. And if you watch pro players, they do it a lot better. So I guess this turned into like a mini crosshair placement guide, but basically that's like the one thing he was doing wrong more than anything. Like, you know, when he ran out mid and just died, he's like looking here for some reason, like because he thinks there's a dude in this corner, or he's like getting ready to look into lower, and he just gets shot because I'm literally standing here like, dude, what are you doing? You know? Whereas instead, if he had come out properly, his crosshair would have been hugging the angle, right? Oh, hey, you know, I'm there. Let's go, right? So yeah. Anyways, I hope this was somewhat helpful. I apologize for my clumsy movement, and peace out.